Well, hi, good morning. Thanks so much for coming and joining me here in my shop on October 4th. And what's the story on this radio? Now, this radio was set aside for quite a while. I almost forgot what I had done to it. So basically, I have solved the two crisis problems with this radio, if I can call them that. One was the capacitor stuck, frozen in place. It's not frozen anymore. It moves nicely. And replaced the string on it, which turned out to be quite a challenge. So today what I want to do for the first time is really operate the radio and check out how it sounds, how well it works, and decide from there what to do about it. I don't think I've done any other work on this yet, of any sort really. Did I test the tubes? I don't even think I've done that. So it's just a matter of solving these show-stopping problems. The stuck capacitors. Radio is useless when the capacitor is stuck or broken string. Can't do much with a... well, I'm the one who broke the string, aren't I? Okay, so we're ready to put some power on here. Let's just see. Loud stark. I think that must mean volume. I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. Okay, we're going to start on the AM band. So this is long wave, medium wave, and there's no short wave in this radio. I think I discovered that previously. Just long wave, which there's nothing much there to hear anymore, especially here in North America. There's really nothing there. Medium wave is just the broadcast band, and FM, that's the key thing. Okay, so I have a antenna connected at the back which will work for the AM band, so that's what we're going to test. Volume's down. Here we go. Put the power on. Hey, what's this? My wife pulled this picture out. Hey, that's me. Well, I'm a little older now than that, but that's me when I was that age, and that's my favorite shirt. I love that shirt. Oh yeah. I won't show you a picture of what I look like now. Okay. Power on. Power is on. So we're going to push on medium wave. There we go. Okay, so you can see the dim bulbs came on briefly over here. This light just came on. All seems well. Okay, we'll give it full power. Turn it up a bit. Okay, the pointer is right here. I think this is backwards from how we would normally have it. So the low frequency end is over here and the high frequency end is here. So the stations I can pick up are generally down in this area. All's quiet. Sounds like a short in the capacitor. Not so good. It doesn't make a scratchy sound down here. Usually if you have a short, as the plates slide against each other, you hear more. That's a little odd. Just like a switch. Okay, that's totally unexpected. Certainly sounds like a contact issue. Okay, a little disappointing there. Sure, we're not going to pick anything up here. Just noises. So it is receiving, but we don't know what. Okay, and the volume. It's got some volume. Let's go to FM. Now I need an FM antenna, so I have this oddball here we're going to try and use. And I have the two leads here. I'm just going to clip them right on from the back here. So my shop is not a good place for radios when it comes to receiving stuff. So even with this rather fancy looking antenna here, I may not get too much. Full volume. Well, it's really very disappointing. Now, is it this antenna? Not a thing, not a thing. Okay, looking at the FM tube here. It's definitely there. Total silence. Different part of the capacitor is being utilized here. Well, that's right, and I bent these plates here, something terrible, but for FM, it's these small set of plates here that are very rugged looking plates that are being used. These are for the AM side of things. And that's where I bent the plate, and I wonder if that's still part of the problem. Probably is when it comes to AM. Well, what we'll do is, since it's just nothing happening here, nothing. And did I really connect it up? Did I use the wrong wire? No, it's definitely connected. Well, we'll go back to the AM band and see if we can figure out what is causing that headache. Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. The plates are shorting. Just surprising it doesn't go or change at all. Okay, it's a plate job. Okay, I'm going to bring this right to the sensitive spot. Is this light flickering? It is flickering. It's flickering on its own. Yeah, okay. I thought for a minute it was flickering with the... Let's see what I can do here. Is it really the plate? Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Okay, let's push these out a little bit. Which plate is it? It's got to be these outside ones. Put down in here. Some other plate I don't realize. No. Let's take a closer look at that and see what we can figure out from it. Just my cords, camera wires tangled up here. We go. Well, it doesn't look like it can be the outside one, can it? So it's way towards the towards the center. It's not on the outer edge. Down towards the center. Let me just boost the light in my shop here. These plates got bent something terrible. Now, a lot of like these upper plates, they're not even meshing yet. stable here. The focus won't, it's on automatic focus, so we'll see. Automatic focus has a hard time with patterns. Look at how bent those plates are in there. Oh boy, I can see it. Right there. Oh, you can see it push the plate. That's why it doesn't crackle, because it's really coming into contact with it. It's way down there. Oh, the plate is kinked. One of them. Oh my gosh. So I'm bending the top, but the bottom is not moving. Okay. I need to stick some kind of pretty strong thing down in there. Oh boy. Very thin thing like a knife blade, but I'm sure, yeah, this knife I just grabbed is not going to do it. I gotta find, preferably, a piece of stiff plastic that can go down into the little groove there and push that plate. Actually, no, I don't know where it is. I can crank this up. Oh, look at that. Holy smokes. Turn the volume down there. What have I got that is going to do it? No reason why I can't stick something metal down there. I mean, just briefly short it out won't make any difference. Oh boy. I have to do this looking in the camera. Okay. Camera is exactly where my hand wants to be here. Okay, so we're going to switch back to the other view. What a wobbly mess this became. They really brutalized this capacitor. Just the outer plate here. What I'm worried about is I'm going to put enough pressure to move the plate, and then it's going to move way farther than I want when it gives. I don't want that to happen. What a mess. So this will cause bad tuning behavior in the radio, but it'll be fairly subtle. There. Oh, I just moved this. See? Just what I was afraid of. It's way down at the bottom there. So the plate that's centered, this plate here, is twisted. At the bottom popped out. That's the other one, the next one down, the one you can really see the kink. No, it's got to be the one with the kink. Oh, look at that. I'm going to fix that. So I can stick something down here to wedge, but I'm just wedging it against the next plate. And I just bend the next plate. I don't want to do that. There's a little nubbin sticking out down there, I think. There's something protruding way down there, little tiny dot. That's what's doing it. Okay, good look at the dot. I gotta get in there and scrape or bend something away. See it fairly clearly now. Okay, can't do this in the camera because I'm gonna need my hands free here. Okay, can I see it with my own eyes? I can see it. Okay, so I either got to kind of bend one plate far away so the nubbin is out, or go after the nubbin. Okay, I'm going after the nubbin. Oh, son of a gun, Jim, you goofball. I'm going to break one of these right off. If one of these plates comes off, well, you know, it's only the AM radio. Boy, this is the worst situation I've ever gotten into with a capacitor. It's one of these downhill journeys. I don't know if I'm getting down far enough with this. Must be when I bent this plate and they crashed together. One crashed against the other down at the bottom. When they crashed together, the bottom must have how to put it, crushed up some junk. Oh my gosh. It's like it's not the only spot. Pull this plate out. Still short. Wow. I'm trying to pick at it, but I can't really get rid of it. Am I not getting this right? twisted plate here. Yeah, I think that's kind of what's happened. Is the you can see on this. You can see the different plates, and there's a cut line down there, so you can move like they're fins. You can adjust them a little bit. But if you knock one of these so hard it comes forward, it's going to kink up the metal down here. And that's what's happened. It's kinked up the metal so badly. There's like a finger sticking out now. Oh my gosh, really got into trouble here. Again, it's just the AM band. I'm literally just trying to pick it off. I think the situation's getting worse. Oh my gosh. You need a much closer look. Okay, so this is looking way down near the bottom. You can see literally the bottom corner of the plate sticking out. Just fix the focus here. Hang on a sec. There it is, right there. Second plate up. I need to put some kind of knife-like edge down in there, and then try to fix it. The round tool I'm using is not going to get there. I need some kind of. Well, I'm gonna have to stop and hunt down an appropriate, like a very thin knife would do it. Something very stiff and strong, thin and flat at the same time. Okay, I'm going to try this with an X-Acto knife. Nice stiff, thin blade. What are we trying to do? So I think I'm going to put it down in the area in trouble and then try to push the top corner of the plate inwards and try to rotate the whole plate. That's really my goal. Push. Got it. Almost. Something being received. My gosh, I made it all the way. Yeah, it's just a strong signal. You tune past it quickly, the AVC makes a thump. Sometimes. There, that's a very powerful noise signal. Okay, well, we're in business here. Now what will happen from bending those plates, this will cause the pointer to not be very accurate. Probably wasn't terribly accurate to begin with. How far out? Don't know. I have no experience with that. Can we get some radio reception here? Just goes to show, and I've learned this lesson over and over again, and that is you really need to look at things to know what's going on. You look very closely to get it right. So we're in and around 600 here. That's full volume too. Anybody? Okay, so we're operating with a outdoor antenna that I have discombobulated in the last couple of days, so I'm not really sure we're even hooked up to an outdoor antenna at this point. We're hooked up to the lead to the outdoor antenna. Okay, so I'm going to connect the ground wire from the outdoor antenna. That may help. Sometimes helps. Sometimes does not. Okay, let's try again. Pretty quiet now. Yeah, not helping. Let's see what it did. It just drowned out that noise signal, which I'm sure is coming from something in my house. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to make sure the antenna is actually connected, or do my best. Make sure we're on an outdoor wire and see what we get. Okay, let's give this a go. Now what I'm hoping is I pick up any station, any hint. Something weird going on here. When I tune one way, I hear a certain pattern of sound. When I tune back expecting to just have the reverse pattern, there's nothing there. How can that even be? How does this happen? Okay, so if I tune this way, we get the station. That's 640, and it's right near 640. No, that's 590, I'm sorry. 590, it's probably when the set was first aligned, it was aligned with the pointer in the wrong place on the string, at least not lined up with the start spot. Consequently, I've moved the pointer. Now the pointer needs to be in the wrong spot on the dial for the radio to receive those stations. I could always push the pointer back. But that's probably 590, so go up. That might be 610 in St. Catharines. This is very strange. What? Nothing there, something there, nothing there, something there, nothing there, something there. How in the heck does this happen? That's the kind of... Oh boy. It seems like backlash or something of that sort is causing this, but I'm looking right at the mechanism, and as I turn the wheel, the mechanism is moving. I can't perceive any kind of delay in it. watch the capacitor and my hand at the same time. There's just no way there's any delay there. Okay, if we go for the noise, something's loose and moving. Well, you know, other than that's pretty interesting, I don't have no idea what would cause that. Okay, there's one possible station up around 860, which would be up around here, a French station. So I'm thinking the AVC action, when the strong signal comes in, the AVC takes place. It's causing such a change in the sound that it's causing these weird. It sounds like there's a contact in there when I'm sure there isn't. Seems pretty good there. Get the same pattern back and forth. Tuned this way, station is down here. Now we'll tune past it and start back. The station should be where my finger is. Now it's up here. How in the heck does that happen? How does that happen? Just to be clear, what's happening is if you turn the dial this way, you might pick a station up right there. And if you come back this way, the station will be picked up over here. Yet when I move this, there's absolutely no play happening here. Okay, you know what? Now there's a so what this is. I'm gonna have to switch cameras to show you this. This is called the anti-backlash gearing mechanism. Backlash means you tune to a station, and when you let go of the tuning knob, everything drifts a touch back to where it was a moment previous. So what we're looking at is that double-toothed gear there. It's really two gears laid up against each other. Okay. And now the idea is that this gear is meshing with, of course, another gear that's, well, I mean, you can probably see it down there, way down there. Now if you had ordinary, just a single set of gears here, I'm going to have to use my hand to display this, what's going on. So we've got a single set of gears, those are the teeth, and you have the other set coming in. And as they mesh, there are angle problems. So you can't make it perfectly tight because they can't work. They have to be a little loose. And what happens then is you get kind of the effect you're hearing, where you turn the knob and this drifts to the other side and then begins tuning. Then you turn the knob the other way, this drifts to the other side and then begins tuning. The way they solve this problem, because you can't have these tight like this, it can't mechanically work, is you put two gears over here, two sets, so there's two sets of fingers, and then you allow one of them to move relative to the other. So they're like this, and you can do this a little bit, just a little bit. And then here's the trick. You stick a spring in there and push it all the way to one side like this. Now what you end up with, if you look at this finger and this finger, is you end up with a spring-loaded gap. In fact, all the way around, spring-loaded gap. Now when the other gear comes in, and if I had another hand I would use it, so you have to just remember what I'm showing you here. When the other gear comes in, it's being pinched now. It's being grabbed and pinched by the two spring-loaded gears. And the result is you can't move the knob and encounter any play. So this is a common thing, and a lot of radios have this to solve the exact problem we seem to be having. So that raises some questions now about that system. Is the spring not, are these plates not moving relative to each other? And I've always been curious about what this piece is here, this big piece that comes up. Now, am I really assessing this properly? It would look like it from this distance, but let me switch cameras and we'll take another closer look. Okay, so we're looking at the double gears, and then I'm just, that metal bar there, I can push them. Yeah, you can see the one is moving relative to the other. Now, of course, there's teeth in them down below, so there really shouldn't be any movement here, come to think of it, because the other teeth should be gripped. Now I think I'm pushing against the spring with my finger, so when I let go, that's the gripping position. Is it not gripping? Sure seems to be. Let's try this. I'm going to push this a little bit, and then I'm going to try to feel with the tuning knob for the gap that's been created, the backlash gap. Or it's not really backlash in this case. Backlash is from springiness of the strings and things like that that pull things around after you let go. This is different. This would be okay. Let me do this. So I'm pushing this to open the gap and countering the spring and removing the effect. And now you're going to have to trust me on this. I'm going to put the camera here. Put the camera here. Let me just, if I can do it. I'm kind of doing the Rick Wakeman thing here with my hands. Playing two ends. I'm trying to work my, yeah, well, no, I'm no Rick Wakeman, that's for sure. Okay, let's just do this. There. Okay, now we can see more or less in focus. I'll apply the pressure, overcome the spring. Now I'm going to turn the knob and see if I can feel the play that it created. Now only I can do this because I know what I'm doing with my my hand. There, you can see that they call it the inside gear is moving a touch while the outside gear, I pushed it a little harder. So what happens if I'm regularly tuning and I look at it? Well, those gears don't appear to be pinching, do they? Don't they appear to be mostly lined up? Or is that lined up? Is this really the cause of the problem? There's all our bent plates. You know, I don't see how. This seems to be working fine, and I can't, I don't know if the whole capacitor's loose. Kind of feels like it. No, I don't think so. Looks like the capacitor is hooked up to the brass one. I don't know if that makes sense. Different in different places. I don't feel any play in there when I work the string here. I can't turn this. For goodness sakes, it's this kind of distance too. Let me just tune. So we were finding roughly this kind of distance. Oh my gosh! It's actually the tune. Like in other words, we tune the station here one way and we tuned it here the other way. Look at the distance. What is going on? Could it be that I got these plates so far out, and they have sudden edges. So if you look over here where the plates have not been disturbed, okay, you see how the edges line up perfectly, as if the plate is not split. So there's nothing sudden about anything. This isn't going to make sense. My explanation I'm on my way to giving here, I don't think it makes sense. I was going to say, this roughed up side, the plates are no longer, plate leaves are no longer lined up very well. So as you cross, see, like up here, these plates are doing nothing. They have to mesh with the lower plates down below there before they start doing something. And so maybe what's happening is I'm just right at one of these critical spots here. And this doesn't make sense because it should still be the same in both directions. What a mess. Shame on me. Strange thing, but it's working. I'm hitting the end there. Is there anything funny about these gears? I don't see it. Is there lubrication lacking? Can't see it. Very mysterious to me. Now, maybe you may have more experience than me. You may know exactly what's going on here, and I'm not catching on. Another thing we can take a look at is what's happening to the string tensions as reflected in the springs here. The springs are here, so I'll watch and see if they're getting pulled apart at all. And I get no impression that that's happening. I have absolutely no explanation for that effect. And I have seen something like this before. And I did not pursue it at all. Let's see, am I crazy? Always good to check in to see if you're crazy. Okay, you hear the noise. Yeah. Setting up the demonstration is confusing. Let's use the station. As soon as I just turn back a little bit. Yeah, as soon as you... This is very upsetting because as soon as you do this, you're essentially shooting the tuning spot back and forth. It could be chasing it from the wrong side, so to speak. It's already past you. You have to tune into it from one side. You get away with a little bit. Now it's over here. Now it's back here. Oh, Just jumped again. Well, because I'm going back and forth. Well, that's just the weirdest thing. I don't know. I've been looking at this for a long time. I don't think I'm going to come up with an answer for what's going on there. Maybe it's some kind of electronic effect that is occurring. I don't know. Let's go back and try to make this FM guy work. What I'm going to do is I'm going to feed a signal in using the signal generator here and get something coming out of it. Okay, I have my signal generator operating. This thing only broadcasts at 100 megahertz, and plus and minus a little bit. It's quite accurate, so it's set to 100 megahertz. 100 megahertz, oddly enough, on this radio, oddly enough, is right at the end of the dial here. So there's a chance that it's actually out of the range of the radio. The last bit is here, 99, 100, 101, so you'd think it would get it. Volume full. Oh. Dirty switch. Good. We're hearing it. Pointer's right here. Right on 100. Now we're receiving some kind of station now. If you can call that reception. That's pretty weird. So the way I have the signal reaching the radio is the output from the signal generators on this wire, and it's just hanging over the antenna. So with loose coupling here, give me a chance to tune that antenna a little bit better. Okay, so we're tuned around 100. Turn this right off. No, we're going to tune away from 100 to try to pick up a station. Using this for an antenna. This has a couple of varactors in it for tuning. Strongest stations here are 93, 92, 90, what? 95. Up in this area, 95. Well, I think we can say a couple things here at this point. I've got the volume turned up full for most of these tests. So the output level of this amplifier is very weak. That's what it would appear to be the case. We're operating with full voltage. So, both AM and FM are weak. Probably means the audio section is weak. Probably means the output tube is weak. But there could be other tubes involved too. So I don't think I've done this. I need to test all these tubes as best I can. Some of these might be European types that I cannot test. Well, usually there's some reference guide for tube testers on testing up to newer tubes and stuff like that. So maybe I can. Certainly this output tube. And there's quite a few other tests that could be done at this point. B plus voltage check, make sure there's a proper B plus voltage in it, and that the voltage is distributed to all the tubes, and that kind of stuff. But I think tube testing would make sense next. Yeah, so I think that's it for today. Wow, that was a strange tuning thing there. I don't know what to make of that. So thanks a lot for watching. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I think tube testing next. We're going to try to hunt down why the output is low. See if we can't boost the output up, and we'll go from there. Thanks a lot for watching.